How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I matched up against a top 50 player, and also if I win both of these games then I will make it into the World Series. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I do want to mention that I could have already potentially made World Series in MLB The Show 21, but basically what has been happening to me is I will be about halfway through the game or in the 6th, 7th, 8th, or even 9th inning, and I'll experience this blue screen game crashing error message. And I believe that it's directly related to my console, potentially my hard drive. You all have been very helpful in the comment section, but we have a lot of brand new viewers, and I want to explain that. So right now I am currently in the 800s, but as you can see, I've given away over 100 points. I have successfully just helped people make World Series probably. And I have also lost a few games, right? I've lost about 4 or 5 actual games of ranked seasons. But with that said, I'm going into this game with an 866 rating and a 55 and 30 something record. All right, and we are matching up against a top 50 player. This Rattler person is a top 50 player. He did have an icon on his universal profile. He also had a flawless 12-0 battle royale reward. He's rocking a 58 and 8 record against my 54 and 35 record. All right, so we'll go ahead and start it off with a base knock from Jackie Robinson. The game footage kind of glitched out, so I didn't want to include kind of a glitched clip. But Alfonso Soriano is getting another base hit. So we're starting this one off, 2 base runners on. He went ahead and paused the game and just quit. All right. So that is it. I guess that's the top 50 player matchup. We're at 884. We got 2 base hits. Hopefully Edward Cabrera's stamina or energy is perfectly fine, because I want to use him in the World Series game if possible. So we're going to go ahead and hop into that game. Edward Cabrera's stamina was perfectly fine. He didn't even throw a pitch. So now this will be the game for World Series. We're going up against the same pitcher, just paralleled up one more tier. I believe the other opponent had the purple version, or the tier 3 parallel of Corbin Burns. Anyway, in this game, starting it off with a rocket from Alfonso Soriano right to the shortstop. It's all good, but honestly, I have to get off to an early start. I have Edward Cabrera on the mound, so we should be able to minimize and keep the opponent to 1 or 2 runs. I haven't even given up a run using this card yet, so this is why I wanted to go to him in my World Series game. He's undefeated. I mean, technically the last game didn't really count, but he did get the win, and he's 3-0 right now. So this is very important. We have to get the confidence up on all these secondary pitches. This one was just outside the zone, and he goes with it. Great piece of hitting from Byron Buxton. That's going to be a base knock. He's trying to steal a couple times. I went with the slide step, messed up his timing, I feel like, with this off-speed slider inside on the hands. He was able to take second base, but we get him chasing the slider. I really can't afford to give up any runs because I have to score 10 runs. We have to really try and get a mercy rule here in this game. Mercy rules and quits have really been the only way that I can successfully avoid the blue screen error message entirely. And here we have David Ortiz getting a cutter inside on the hands. He had gone to that pitch a couple times in the first inning, and David Ortiz is smashing that one for a solo shot. We take a 1-0 lead. We have Byron Buxton coming up to the plate. Inside outs, a sinker in on the hands. Late feedback, but I got the PCI to the baseball. The timing was not there, and we probably got a little bit lucky right there. Now we have Mickey Mantle coming up to the plate, facing a righty. Not an ideal situation, but what an interesting play this was. A blooper, broken bat, base hit that also results in an RBI. Because we had 99 speed, because he got a weird animation, I felt like I could score Byron Buxton from second base. He has Jim Thome playing first base, and there he makes a spectacular play. But I did not think he was going to be able to throw out Byron Buxton, 99 speed. I have David Ortiz at first base, and I have played a couple other opponents that have tried to go from second to home on an infield hit like that with Buxton, and David Ortiz was barely able to throw them out. So I figured it was worth the risk. And we also got a little bit lucky there, but the opponent also got a late base hit as well. So he gets one with Vladimir Guerrero Sr. We have Travis d'Arnaud, the Silver Slugger, coming up to the plate. And this card is a righty killer. This card just recently released into the game. I've never faced him. He's only hitting 217. But I think this card has a pretty good swing. We're trying to get him with the sinker inside on the hands after working the outer half of the zone. But we have Jackie Robinson leading off the next half of the inning, and he is not missing that cutter directly down the middle. That is an amazing way to start this top half of the third inning. Not only does it get the pitcher's confidence down, but I feel like this opponent is struggling at the plate. If I can break this game open right now, early in the top of the third, then this opponent may end up quitting out of it before I score the 10 runs. But that guy almost made a great play out there in left field with Shohei Ohtani. A leaping grab, but it just hits off his glove. Next pitch, cutter right down the middle of the plate. Actually, I think it was a changeup. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I thought it was a cutter. It was indeed a changeup, and he pauses the game. He quits out of it, and that should be enough points for World Series right there. It is 9:01. I honestly cannot believe that I made it into the World Series. This is probably the coolest thing that's happened this year to me in MLB The Show 21. I've pulled Mike Trout, but this is way better than that because of how many times I've experienced the blue screen error message, right? I've only showed you 4 opportunities or 4 different screenshots where that happened. But it has happened to me about 30 plus times this year. Sometimes when I'm winning, sometimes when I'm losing, sometimes when it's in the 9th inning, like I mentioned at the beginning. But with that said, we did make it into the World Series. We have the pack right here. The first nameplate and banner. I will show you proof. I will show you some statistics from this season to show you how many runs I've scored versus how many runs I've given up. But let's go ahead and take Kyle Seager. He's going for about 70K. Sell now, maybe 80,000 or 78,000 for the buy now order. But as you can see here, my best season previously was 767. I didn't even make it into the championship series because of how many times I was getting that blue screen error message. This time around, I don't think I got it as often, but almost all those losses are from that message. I think 3 or 4 of them I actually lost for real. But I don't know how that equals out to be 50 games. As you can see, though, 266 runs scored with a 372 batting average. I'll take that. That's pretty solid for mainly playing on Hall of Fame difficulty. I'm not a cyborg or a robot or anything like that, but I also only gave up 89 earned runs. I looked through this and I hit 125 home runs and I only gave up 53 home runs. I also struck out about 100 and something times too, which is terrible, but I struck the opponents out 299 times, so that's not bad at all. But those are my statistics. I can't believe I was able to make it in to World Series, honestly. I mean, this is great. I will take the stubs. I sold the reward. But that's it for this video. I'm College Lefty, and hopefully you enjoyed. Peace out.